finding that, of course, every organization has been impacted financially by coronavirus. Many organizations are not able to hold any kind of fundraisers, and so your support becomes more important than ever. And one thing we have probably failed to mention is that we are actually located at the Whitefish Community Foundation today. Our donation station is set up here. We have our nonprofits visiting us here at the Community Foundation, and we are at 214 West 2nd Street, and that's in Whitefish. So come on down if you're close by and give to your favorite nonprofit. The Great Fish Community Challenge is set up so that you can make one gift and you can divide it in any proportion between any of the 56 participating nonprofits or the match fund. So, man, I'm having trouble with my mask. I need to get a smaller one, don't I? Well, having said that, now next up we have Samaritan House, and Chris Krager, the executive director at Samaritan House, is going to join us. I know they have been particularly busy during this coronavirus crisis that we've all been experiencing, and I know that no one can tell us better than Chris at what they've had to deal with at Samaritan House. They've had a lot of changes. So, without further ado, here's Chris Krager from Samaritan House.
Some bleach. Thank you so much for doing this, you guys. This is amazing. I don't know if you can tell, there's a lot of energy going on here right now. And it's really inspiring what's going on. We got people coming through all day. Amazing. So Samaritan House is the local homeless shelter and transitional living program. And we're super grateful to be taking part in the Whitefish Community Foundation's Great Fish Community Challenge. And so we use the funds to provide for case management for our shelter. We're pretty good, and there's some great organizations in the Valley working with homelessness. But it's my thought that we can give a bed and a meal for the night, but if we don't provide some case management and actually work for the client a little bit, providing solutions for housing and employment, we're not really fixing the problem. We would just be sustaining it. So a donation to Samaritan House through the Great Fish Community Challenge campaign actually fixes homelessness locally. And maybe I'm an optimist, but I feel like we can fix it. I feel like we can get on top of the problem before we get something that other communities are really having an issue with. So yeah, the COVID-19 issue has greatly impacted Samaritan House, not just me personally, but also the shelter and our operations. We have about 65 homeless folks every day on our normal campus, and including then additionally another 32 or 34 clients that are in our low-income apartments. So we have about 90 or 105 people on the campus every night. And when the shelter-in-place order went into effect, we sprung up in collaboration with some other organizations a new campus that added 20 to 28 new beds to our operation. So it's been a lot of work. I got staff that haven't had very much time off from work, and we're prepping in case that needs to happen again. And so including, creating a new cafeteria, new shelter bed facility, and getting it all lined up. So it's been a lot of work, but we have new capabilities as a result, and we hope to use this new low barrier shelter also not just if the shelter in place order were to reprise, but we also hope to use it to like January and February, cold weather contingency plans. It can be pretty cold. The nature of homelessness in Montana is that it could be fatal at certain times of the year. So we are hoping to use this new facility to address cold weather plans as well.
Wonderful. So thank you for that. I know that Samaritan House in particular saw a tremendous demand for an increase of your services. And of course, you stepped up with many organizations. I can't even begin to mention them all, but Community Action Partnership, Flathead Assist, the Abbey Shelter. So many of you were involved in the Flathead temporary housing project. And ultimately, Samaritan House was fiscal sponsor for that. And a lot of the work fell on your shoulders. And from that, you've seen a big expansion. But I imagine that also creates a huge need for funding, right? As you expand your services, then also you need more funding. So maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it did create, essentially springing up a whole new campus. It does create a demand for increased funding. It's meals, 3 meals a day. It's case management staffing, nighttime staffing. Personnel expense, and then just like shelter supplies, utilities, paper products, that kind of stuff. Every time you add a bed, you add, exponential expense with that as well. And the good thing too to note is, at Samaritan House, we do, we track our outcomes, and we're hoping to fix homelessness. At Samaritan House last year in the transitional housing facilities, we were successful 85% of the time. When a client leaves, they're no longer homeless. And so that's a kind of a goal we set. We hope to beat at least 72% every year. And lately we've been at 84 to 86%. And so in our new facility as well, it's a tough battle, but we really do hope that when the client leaves, through all of this work and energy and stuff we're doing, and the expense, and we hope that we're fixing the homeless situations for the people.
Well, good luck to you, Chris. Again, Chris Krager from Samaritan House. So happy to have them as a participant in the Great Fish Community Challenge. Next up, we have Deidre Corson from North Valley Music School. So I think I did mention where we are, and that you're welcome to come down and visit with us and give right here in our parking lot at 214 West 2nd Street in Whitefish. If you really are not comfortable because of all the masks and the things that are going on in our community, and you prefer to just do that online, if you give online before 3 o'clock today, your gift will be included in our incentive, our drawing for incentive grants. So we're giving away $2,000 in incentive matching grants today. Every gift that comes into an organization that's $25 or more is entered into our fishbowl. We drop it in the fishbowl, and we've been drawing maybe 4 of those every hour for gifts, a matching grant ranging from $25, $50, even $100. So we would love to have you come down and see us and give to these great organizations. We have 56 of them this year in the campaign, every single one of them so deserving. Right now, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Deidre Corson, who's the Executive Director of North Valley Music School. So North Valley Music School has also been a participant since inception in 2015, and we've always enjoyed working with you. So here we go, Deidre Corson, and hopefully she'll sing.
That's what John always says too. Good morning, everybody. My name's Deidre Corson. I'm the Executive Director of North Valley Music School. We have these nice little music masks at the school for anyone who's interested. I am so grateful to the Whitefish Community Foundation, to the Circle of Giving donors, to everyone that participates and donates in the Great Fish Challenge. It's essentially changed our world at North Valley Music School. We've really changed our fundraising efforts and strategy around the Great Fish Challenge, and we couldn't be more honored to be a part of it again this year. So thanks to everybody out there. I am really excited about what's happened this year for the music school and our use of funds, and the fact that even though COVID hit our town and shut us down, North Valley Music School was able to sustain, to keep operating. We moved everything online on March 16th. We did have a loss in revenue, but we were honored to pick up more students that were excited we went online and worked remotely. So we're really proud of what's happened. And that's thanks to you. Thanks to all of you that have given and supported the music school through the Great Fish Challenge. Again, we can't thank you enough. This year, again, our challenge is supporting NVMS programs and musical enrichment in our community. We offer a lot of affordable programs and free programs to the community. And we really serve all ages. It's not just children at our school. We serve babies all the way up to seniors. We have new veterans programs and children's choirs and ensembles and so much fun stuff. So if you've ever said, gosh, I wish I didn't stop playing my instrument when I was a kid, you're not dead yet. Come back out and pick your piano back up or your guitar and dust off those strings and come play. I'm going to keep it pretty short today because I know we're running behind, but I wanted to do a little plug for something the music school is doing during the Great Fish Challenge. This year, we had to cancel our fundraising event, the Montana Music event. It was the 5th annual, and we're going to postpone the same setup, Locals on the Lake, and we're going to do it out hopefully on Stillwater Landing next year. But this year, because of the pandemic, we're starting the PPP series, and that will start today. I know you like that. Or do you like the shrimp better? We were going to try and rally a bunch of our supporters down here, but we were only allowed to have one person today, which completely makes sense with the pandemic. But we'd like to invite any musicians out there, student level musicians, professional musicians, dreamer musicians. I don't think I'm a musicians. Anybody's allowed to send a video to events at northvalleymusicschool.org. Again, events at northvalleymusicschool.org, all written out. And you can be part of the PPP series. We will do bi-weekly concerts to help support the Great Fish Challenge. You can do a shout out to any nonprofits that you are there to support. I'm of course going to shout out to NVMS today, but anybody that you love, you can list them off. You can put them on your little homemade poster sign and record yourself playing on your porch or out in the mountains or in your living room, wherever you're comfortable, and shoot us a song or two for the PPP series. So I brought some friends in the background, as you can see, and we're going to sing you our first. Here, do you want to hold this, Lynette? We'll try and make it so it works. Okay, if you have your shakers, this is obviously way more fun when there's more people, but today is Thursday, so we're going to do, I do have some people out in the audience here far away. We're going to do Throwback Thursday. I brought my Pick, Click, Give Throwback Thursday t-shirt, and we're going to bust out the NVMS jingle from years ago. So, are you guys ready? And if you're out in the audience and you want to sing along, we would love that. These guys are definitely singing, as you can tell. Pick, click, give. Pick, click, give. Pick, click, give. The Great Fish Community Challenge. Living in Whitefish, giving in Whitefish. The Great Fish Community Challenge. Inspiring community, inspiring philanthropy. The Great Fish Community Challenge. You can give a little or you can give a lot. You can give to a group, you can give to the pot. Doesn't matter what you give, your gifts will give a lot in the Great Fish Community Challenge. Pick, click, give. Pick, click, give. Pick, click, give in the Great Fish Community Challenge. Woo! Thank you, Community Foundation. Woohoo!
Okay, that was fantastic. So Deidre entered that song a few years ago, as she mentioned, and it's so great. I keep thinking that there's got to be a way we can go back and use all those fantastic songs that everybody wrote. And so next year we're going to try and find a way to do that. But Pick, Click, Give is great. You can go to whitefishcommunityfoundation.org and you can pick, click, and give. And we love that. I love that tagline. So thank you so much, Deidre, from North Valley Music School. You know, our arts and culture and education organizations have been hit very hard. They've had to completely figure out a new way to do business, all of them. And we appreciate what they're doing and know that they're definitely struggling with some challenges. But yes, I've told everybody where we are. We're at 214 West 2nd Street. I just said that. You can also give online. Linda's making sure. Okay, it's a good thing. I need lots of people to check up on me. So we have a few more incentive grants to draw. I think we're going to draw 3 or 4. And this one is going to be a $100 matching grant. Phil the Buddha gave to the Flathead Rapids, and the Flathead Rapids are going to receive a $100 matching incentive grant for his gift. So Phil, thank you so much. I know the Flathead Rapids are going to love that. Okay, big money, that's right. Okay, this one is going to be a $50 matching grant, and I'm going to laugh at this one because this is Kelly and Lance Mortensen. And Kelly and Lance always give at the color run, and they always give at the launch party, and they always win incentive grants, usually multiple ones for the organizations they give to. So thank you so much, Kelly and Lance. This is going to Sparrow's Nest. I know Sparrow's Nest is going to love that. $50. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Carrie Mushkin. She's given to Whitefish Theater Company, and this is going to be a $50 matching grant to Whitefish Theater Company. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thanks for giving to Whitefish Theater Company. I know they're going to love it. Another organization, of course, that is one of our arts and culture organizations that has had to just completely revamp the way of doing business. Oh, we're going to do one more. That's good because this is the most fun part of the day. I kind of just wish we could just draw these all day. And Patricia Jepson, who came in this morning, first thing, either that or maybe she gave online, but she did it very early. And so this is the third gift of Patricia Jepson's that we have drawn. And that ties her with Casey Howard, who also gave, and we picked 3 of hers. This is for how much, Daria? $50. And it's going to Whitefish Veterans Support Team, which is highly timely, right? Because we've got, they were on earlier too. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for giving. We're giving away $2,000 today total in matching incentive grants. And we love to have you go online to whitefishcommunityfoundation.org and give to any number of your charities, your favorite charities. Or you can come down and visit us at 214 West 2nd Street in Whitefish. We'll be here out in the parking lot until 3, taking gifts and drawing incentive grants, talking to our nonprofit community. Next up, we have Bruce Aronson, and Bruce is coming to visit us from the Whitefish Rotary Charitable Fund. And I'm going to let you tell Bruce everything that Rotary does and tell you how the charitable fund supports the efforts of our Rotarians.
Thank you very much. Thanks the Great Fish Community Challenge 2020 effort organized through the Whitefish Community Foundation. The Rotary Club of Whitefish has participated in this several years, so this is a continuation. Our project this year are bathrooms at Smith Fields next to the new playground equipment and pavilion and Babe Ruth Fields. If you've been out there, you know how magnificent the fields are and the new playground equipment and pavilion are. As you know, there's 4 sports leagues out there: lacrosse, softball, soccer, and lacrosse, and there's around 40,000 athletes and fans that participate in the fields out there, not counting the adjoining homes that are in the area. There's around 500 homes that are next to the fields, as well as another 300 planned. There's a great demand for the bathrooms there, the existing bathrooms, which are too far from the playground equipment. So that's why we're building the bathrooms next to the playground equipment. We've developed a sign that you'll see out there, which will be installed there in a matter of minutes, and along with donation forms. So they will, this will indicate where the site is for the new bathrooms that will be built there. So that's our primary project. As a secondary project, we are continuing, of course, our Magic of Christmas program, which likely is going to increase due to the need from COVID-19 this year, as well as scholarships for some of the area students. So we look forward to your participation in this, and any donation, no matter how modest, is greatly appreciated. And I don't know if anybody has any questions that we may have.
I want to just say a couple things about the bathrooms. So Rotary is stepping up here to fill a huge need, a community need. Project Whitefish Kids worked hard to produce a playground. They improved the playground so much that the entire complex has seen an increase in visitors. And the kids that are using the playground, it's the second public 2 to 5 year old playground 2 to 5-year-old specific playground in Whitefish. And with that, of course, comes unique challenges as parents. If you're out there with 2 or 3 kids and someone who's 2 needs to go to the bathroom, well, you can't necessarily send them across the road to the bathroom by the sports field. And so those kids, we heard from the city, were maybe just going behind the shed. Not an ideal situation. So Rotary has stepped up for our community, for the kids in the neighborhood, and for everyone using the sports park to help Project Whitefish Kids out and help everyone who uses Smithfields out by producing this great bathroom. And we so appreciate that. But my question is going to be more about Magic of Christmas. So the Rotarians have always run the Magic of Christmas for our community. And as Bruce said, they serve a large number. But I'm just wondering, due to COVID, I know with Day of Giving, you are helping out families. And are you seeing an increase in the number of families that are needing your help?
Yeah, the Rotary Club of Whitefish for decades has supported area families during the Christmas time that might have struggled just a little bit. And this last season, we had 87 families and 268 kids. I'm suspecting that we're going to have a significant increase in that demand this coming season. So we're going to need a lot of support to make the holiday season just a little bit nicer than they would be otherwise for some of the families that are struggling here. So we're estimating there's going to be a significant demand. I'm believing this fall there's going to be a lot of layoffs that we'll be experiencing in the area just because so many people are involved in the tourist industry, and that's just that's going to fade here this fall. So there'll be demand that we hope to meet.
Well, thank you so much, Bruce, for coming by to see us. Always appreciate that everything that our local Rotary chapter does. So many great projects in our community. Can't even begin to list them, but we'll see the sign. And again, the Magic of Christmas, always we're supporting those efforts. So thank you so much for coming by. So we are actually going to take a small break and move our computer into the shade because the poor thing is struggling in this heat. We're hoping that we don't lose anybody. So as we mentioned earlier, you're welcome to come by and give to us here at the Community Foundation, 214 West 2nd Street. Everyone got really close to me there. Sorry about that. 214 West 2nd Street in Whitefish. You can give online at www.whitefishcommunityfoundation.org. We have, I can't show them the brochure because I'm holding my computer in my hand as we move. So that is our official brochure. It has the donor form in it. You can find those. They were mailed out to everybody that has given in the challenge since 2015 to now. This week you should have received it. There's a donor form also in all of the daily interlakes from the 29th and 30th and the Whitefish pilot this week. You'll find our use of funds brochure, which I'll show you later because I can't hold it in my other hand. That's okay. But please, look in there. You find the donor form. You can pick any number of charities to give your gift to of the 56 that are participating, or you can give to our Great Fish Match Fund. We love those gifts as well. The bigger the match becomes, the better the matching grant at the end of the campaign becomes. And this is a year when our 56 participating nonprofits are really going to need your help. So everyone has been impacted due to COVID. Everyone's fundraising, in particular, fundraising activities, events, all of those things have been impacted by COVID. And yet so many of our organizations are having to completely change the way they do business. Or alternatively, our health and human service organizations are seeing a huge demand for their services with limited ability to fundraise. So we know it's a difficult time for everyone, but if you can give, we encourage you to give. We really believe here at the Community Foundation that all these nonprofits really are what makes our community and the Flathead Valley in particular very special place to live. This is so much more comfortable back here in the shade. Next up, we have Dream Adaptive Recreation. Naomi Morrison is coming to join us. Dream celebrating a very special birthday this year. And we would like to hear all about that and hear about the great things that Dream is accomplishing and everything else. Naomi Morrison. I didn't turn that mic off, did I? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lynette.
doesn't look on. I can't see. Try, just talk. Okay. Maybe we'll let it.
Hi, I'm Naomi Morrison with Dream Adaptive Recreation. Thank you so much, Lynette, for having me today. It's such a pleasure being with all you ladies. I'm just very excited that Dream is part of the Whitefish Community Challenge again. We're celebrating, as Lynette said, our 35th anniversary this year. And honestly, it's events such as these that keep us here all these years. And hopefully we'll have another 35 more. And so what we've been doing is providing outdoor adaptive recreation for ages 5 and older. And that includes military veterans. The use of funds, our plan is, oh, the banners are falling. The use of funds will be used to support our growing year-round programs, and that includes alpine ski and snowboard, mountain biking, Nordic skiing, kayak paddleboard lessons, and also motorized water sports such as water skiing and wakeboarding. So we're excited to have started 35 years ago with providing accessibility in the Flathead Valley and encouraging that before the Disabilities Act was voted on in 1985, and or we started in 85, and we've grown so much since then, and we really appreciate everybody. Specifically, our funds will be used to purchase adaptive equipment. Adaptive equipment is very costly because they can't be mass produced, and they have very special features. So, for instance, a mountain bike costs over $10,000, and a sit ski costs between $4,000 and $6,000. So you can imagine with the amount of participants that we have and athletes that come to our programs, we need several of everything. We also provide financial aid scholarships, and in 2019, we also use the Great Fish to help pay for our liability insurance for our programs, which is always on the rise, extremely costly. And then if we add programs, more programs, it increases again. So all of this is so important for us. We also hired a new program coordinator last week, so we are excited to be able to utilize these funds to be able to pay for her salary, because she'll be full-time and we've never had that before. So we're really excited about having her. And lastly, providing professional led instructor training. This ensures that we're operating safely and that our volunteers and staff have the most up-to-date skills to be able to provide lessons.
Linda, these are all fine. Okay, so Naomi, that's all great information. I love hearing about the different things that Dream is doing, because you're such a unique organization within our valley. I believe that Dream has also been with us since inception, since 2015. So a long-time participant, a long-time involvement with the Community Foundation from way before my time. So, you know, it's always nice to get to know organizations as well as we know you. I know that you would have probably planned a huge birthday party this year. We were planning one for us as well. We're not as old as you, but I'm just wondering, like, how has that impacted you financially, and how are you doing it, Dream?
That's a great question. Thank you so much. COVID has actually impacted us greatly. We were very disappointed to not be hosting a 35th party. That was just one of the things that definitely was a disappointment. But the main thing is losing the last 3 weeks of our winter program, because the resort had to close early, and we were grateful for their intuition in doing that. We also put much effort to ensure that everyone has access to get outside and recreate this summer. But to mitigate that risk, we are hosting smaller program days, but then more of them. So that costs more money, because now we are hosting more programs to accommodate the interest and those that wish to participate with us. We also are receiving a lot more scholarship requests due to strain on employment this summer. Even though we only charge, we are very it's very critical that we make sure that everybody gets to participate regardless of income. We also have to, hi Linda. We also have to purchase and rent more equipment so that we're not sharing so much equipment. And then unforeseen expenses, masks, hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies, individually boxed lunches as opposed to buffet style. It adds up. And then, you know, but we're Dream Adaptive. So that's what we do best is we adapt, and we are very thrilled to be providing all of our services this year. So
Wonderful, Naomi. Well, thank you so much today for coming by and for everything that Dream does for our community. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add, or do you feel like you covered it?
I would love to.
Okay, hang on. We have to do all this bleaching.
Sorry, one more thing. I really wanted to let everybody know that the Great Fish is so important to us. In 2019, the Great Fish supported 32% of our budget. So that's almost a third of our budget. And we are thrilled to be participating again. But overall, the most impressive part of Great Fish, and I've spoken to you about this in the past, is the community awareness. The amount of new donors that we received last year, I believe it was over 40% were new donors last year. And it's because they learned about it through the Great Fish. And we're excited to be able to get out there in the community and be able to talk to more people about it and have that interest. And we're just grateful for all of our donors, and can't wait to keep getting out there and recreating. So we hope to see you on the trails. Thank you all.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Naomi, for coming by to see us. Again, we appreciate everything you do. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great, we're looking forward to it.